can tell you without a doubt, as much as I'm the financial person, my husband, who is a petroleum engineer, is the one that will ensure that my family can never be broke. It's not about how much money. It's about the fact that he's the most prudent and organized man that I know in this world. We can never be broke. Because he's very organized and he's extremely disciplined. Yesterday, we went to the Japanese embassy. Out of the blues, for some silly thing, they asked and said, okay, do you know what? Can we have your marriage certificate? I said, marriage certificate. 30-something years of marriage. No, just so that we can submit, instead of submitting your application separately, it was both of us, we can submit it as one, because you need it urgently. So, for the life of me, I could not think for 1 second where it can be. But then, which is how you understand how couples work. I said to the person, I was away from my husband, I was doing some photocopying they asked for. I said to the girl, but you know who keeps our family records in our house? My husband. Go and ask him. Maybe he will know. In 10 minutes, we had it. No. Why? Because he knew exactly where it was. He didn't have to go home. He called his office and asked one of his assistants, get me this, send me a copy of this. We had it and we could give it to them. Me, for the next 10 years, I won't know where to find it.
All right, let's talk about money. Not hustle, not grind, not business ideas, mindset. Let's listen to what Dr. Ibosuka is saying.
So my point is this. We are complementary. If you even want to succeed in business, if you don't learn how to collaborate, you will always be doing things alone. And it starts from your home. If you do not learn how to collaborate with your wife as your partner, you will not enhance one another. God is not a God of disorder. He doesn't cause confusion. He meant for him. That's why you cannot just marry any woman. You have to find the woman, and the women cannot just marry any man. You have to find the man that God has called to you. Why? If you find the one that God has called to you, he will understand the gifts in your life. He will support it. He will encourage it. He will nurture it. He will help you to be the best of yourself. Why? Who stands to benefit? He does. As I always ask, do you know my father's name? I'm asking. Does anybody here know my father's name? Who sent me to school? Who trained me? Who taught me the values that got me here? When my husband met me, I'd already started my first business. Whose name did I bring here today? Did the Awoshikas pay for my school fees? But who is getting the benefit? I beg. Let's understand. And can I say to the men in the house, listen, this is not just about your wife, because men get solo. This is about your daughters. This is about your granddaughters. This is about your future generation. The world you help to create because of your attitude to your wife, that's your daughter that you love. I'm a daddy's girl, so I understand. That's your daughter that you love and your granddaughter that you will invest in. The world you help to create is the world they will live in. And it's not God's world. Go and read your Bible well. Culture has crept into the church. We use culture of societies based on their fears to preach the word of God. It is not biblical. Yes, it's true. Proverbs 31 woman that you all want to be. She's not a real woman, by the way. You know, it was a mother's aspiration for the type of woman that she wanted. But in that time and age, if it is wrong for a woman to be successful today, why were they describing a woman who had capacity to achieve incredible things as at the Bible? I beg, let's kill this matter. Let's go on. Let's go.
Oh! That was beautiful.
One more thing, let me tell you. 50% of the world's population is women. That's the truth. 50% of Nigeria's population is women. If you undermine 50% of your assets, you can never be successful. No matter how hard the men work, you will kill them with labor. That's why some men that are small-minded will tell their wife, I don't want you to work. Just be selling wosi-wosi in front of your house. Then their friend's wife and their friend will be working. Their combined economic power will multiply times 1,000. And then they'll be envious of their friend. Excuse me, is network doubled? If I'm looking for something that I can ask my husband, do you know somebody that can help me with this? He will know somebody. Or if something he needs to solve a problem, he can ask me. Do you know, we're double capacity. So if he has a friend who is still doing big man and locking his wife in the house, and by the way, husbands die, let's be honest. Businesses fail, challenges come, people have health issues. All of a sudden, all the things you didn't plan for happen. But your wife is incapacitated because you never allowed her. At the end, nobody to help you because you wanted to be the big man by yourself. I beg, let's go.
You have spoken so broadly to generations that are even coming.
Because
there are young men here who have seen those perspectives and think that is the right thing.
No, it's not.
But
I promise you.
they're getting better understanding right now.
Yes.
Thank you very much. The second question, we're going to make it broad, is to speak to the baby boomers, people above 50 years, who are getting retired, who have, who possibly handled some money somehow before now, and now what's your advice for them? And then the second stage is set for early retirement in 2026, and a full year's wage set aside, some assets and stocks and landed property set aside. So after retirement, what areas would you suggest that such a person invest in? So that's just speaking broadly to the late 50s.
See, if you're already in the retirement season, what it means is that the resources you have, you cannot apply to high-risk investments. You can't. Because if anything goes wrong and you lose the money, you cannot recoup because you don't have the time or the energy to go and earn again. If a 30-year-old, a 40-year-old loses money, they still have time to try and recover. So that tells you the risk profile of your investment will be different. All right? So all these MMM thing they do, please do not carry your, Yoruba people say, "Nton wafa." Too many people have found the ofo of it because they're looking for quick money. Trust me, it is impossible for those things to work. I can analyze it for you, but we don't have the time. It's absolutely impossible. There is no economic model that allows it to happen, except something wrong is being done somewhere. The last people are paying for the first set of people. Somewhere along the line, everything is going to crash. So that's not what we're talking about. So do not take high-risk investments. Now, if people come and meet you, and they are professionals who go and look for retirees in order to take from them their retirement money. But because of the naivety of a lot of people, because they don't even understand how money works, they fall prey to it. If you have a house that you're collecting rent from, that is cash flow. Because what is the most important thing that you need every day is cash flow. Where does cash flow come from? Your return on your investment. So if you have houses that you build to rent out, that's rental income is cash flow. Sometimes landlords want 3 years rent. It's actually not wise because you are punishing yourself. Because if you have the 3 years rent and life happens and people know you have it, other people will plan for your money. Then you have to wait 3 years. The asset is there, but you have no right to any money from it. You're actually better off to design your income around your cash flow need. Which means if your rent is quarterly, half yearly, or yearly, it helps you better with cash flow. And then the wise thing to do, if you have bulk retirement money that they give you, like the person said, I have 1 year salary set aside. Good. What can you do? If you put your 1 year money in deposit and put it on 1 year tenor, you actually get a lower interest. Why do they give you a lower interest? 1 year is a long time. The economic situation can change, but if they're locked in with you, they can't change it. So they calculate their risk. They give you a lower interest. But you get higher return on like 90 days or even 180 days. And there's nothing that says you cannot do the 90 days. You just put it on rollover. It means every 90 days you roll over. So you get the highest interest rate on it, and every 90 days you just ask them to roll it over. And when you do that, what you do is you take the return on it, you spend the interest that you are paid every 90 days. Ensure that that interest is the cash flow that is for your spending. And therefore, you can plan your spending around what you know is your return.
This is hitting hard because many of us were raised to fear money, not understand it. We were taught to survive, not to build. This is why some people win the lottery and end up broke again. Mindset didn't change.
It's not to buy paper. Some people have bought shares for 20 years. They've not done anything with it. Frankly, it's a tradable asset. The way you make money from it is, okay, I'll give you an example. So last year, when all the banks started fundraising, somebody bought some shares of one bank. And as those shares got to a point, it was clear that dividend was going to come. But the person who understands the stock market knew that this particular bank doesn't have much room to grow anymore in terms of the value of their shares because it was already overpriced. So the person took profit, sold a percentage of it, took profit, took part of that money, went to buy the shares of another bank. Why? Because that bank had more room to grow, but it was also within the window. There's like a 90 days window within which if you already own the shares, you will partake in their dividend for that year. Most people don't understand. It's not about holding the share for a whole year or for 10 years. There's a date, there's a cutoff date. If you have shares by that date, you will take dividend no matter what. So the person said, okay, sell this portion, go and buy, take profit, go and buy this number of shares from that other bank. And now that is dividend season, you get dividend from two banks rather than from one, and you also get capital gain because the share has increased in value, which allows you to be able to sell and take profit. The general practice with the shares is you consider what is a safe value return on your shares. A wise person can say every time my share price appreciates by 40% or 50%, I will sell some. I will sell a percentage, enough to recover my original investment. I will now leave the remaining in it so even if that share crashes, I haven't lost anything because I've recovered my original investment and some profit. And then you take the profits, it can meet your cash flow and all of those things. There are also some other options. For someone that is much older, you're looking for low risk investment. Do you know how to buy shares yourself? No. So don't. What should you do? Go and look for financial institutions that can be trusted. Buy into their mutual funds. Why is that important? Mutual funds, you can enter with small amounts. A lot of them start from like 5,000 naira per unit, 10,000 naira. It's not a big amount. So even children can start buying. You buy 1 unit, you buy 2 units, you buy 5 units. Maybe minimum entry is 50,000. No problem. You can trade it within 3 or 4 days and get cash if you really need cash. But they are professionals managing the entire portfolio. And they can buy and sell as is necessary, the way you cannot do on your own. And when they do it, all the profit they make at the end of the year, they will declare the profit and they will increase the value of your coupon by that. And so you get paid at the end of every year. When you are in retirement age and you do not understand stock market and all that, you're better off with mutual funds. You're better off with like properties that are generating rent for you. And you put some cash. And you must know how to categorize your assets. If you have 100% portfolio, how much of it should be in cash? How much will be in mutual funds? Maybe about 30-40% in mutual funds. So it's money that is available but not available. You have to do something to get it. So somebody cannot come to your house in the morning and say, I need money now. You can't give them. Why? Because the money is in a safe place. You know, church, we're too emotional. We make a lot of emotional decisions. Not necessarily rational or correct decisions. We act like God. You want to help everybody. I didn't say you shouldn't help. Oh. Like I said, I told you that I do missionary work. But I'm saying that every help is not God ordained. So you have to learn how to listen to God and hear God give you instruction. But if you make yourself poor helping others, you will all be poor together. Yes, let's be honest. So there's a lot of wisdom that you need to understand what the Lord has called you to, and you need to organize yourself.
I've seen so many questions like that here.
Yes,
touch on it very well.
Let me talk about black tax. Who understands black tax? Do you know what black tax is? You know, in Nigeria, we have no social security system. So our social security system is based on who? It's family. How many of your family members do you have to pay school fees, help somebody with food, help them with hospital, and all that? How many people fall into that category here? You're helping God knows how many other people. There's nothing wrong with it. However, what I've found is that it makes it difficult for a lot of people to build wealth or to retain their assets because we're continuously being drained. And the younger people are overwhelmed by it. I get a lot of those questions with young people. What you need to do is determine the percentage of your monthly income that you will assign to that. If it's 5%, it's fine. If it's 10%, it's fine. Whatever. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm saying based on your own family situation or your scenario and your income, determine the percentage that will go to that. Determine the percentage that will go to your investment. And the percentage that is assigned to that, be realistic. Don't try and be a hero. Have a family meeting with your family members. Explain to them that, look, from what I earn and the expenses I need to meet to go to work and to do other things, you don't even have to tell them I'm saving for building wealth. Because then they will tell you that they haven't eaten, you are building wealth. From what I'm earning, I can only afford this much to give. So please don't ask me for more than I can afford. But let's agree together how we will apply this one. So your siblings will not be in university and be living life at your expense. They will understand what you can help with. Your cousin will not plan a 5 million naira wedding when he only has 500,000. And they are, my uncle is working. He will give me 2 million. He doesn't know if you have 2 million available. Do you understand what I'm saying? So older people, take lower risk investments. Learn if you can't manage it yourself. Look for products that allow professionals to manage and keep your money safe. Find cash flow assets. Properties are cash flow. Mutual funds are cash flow assets because you will get regular return. And then think of what you have. Life expectancy is higher now. People live longer. Don't plan on your children. No. I'm serious. I'm not joking. Don't plan on your children. These children of these days, you better be serious because you will suffer if they are your retirement package. No, I'm serious. And also, do you know what their own seasons are like? Because sometimes they want to do, but they're not in a place where they can yet. And if they're not in a place where they can do yet, why are you going to put them under pressure? This morning, I saw a clip on my phone. A mother and a daughter were walking. And somebody ran to them, 2 guys. And the guy said, if the woman lets her daughter kiss the boy, he will, who saw it? He will give them 100,000. And the mother said, are you sure? Blah, blah, blah. Then she told her daughter, kiss him now. The girl said, Mommy, what are you saying? I don't know the guy before I should kiss a man just because he's going to give us 100,000. She harassed and harassed that girl. She stood her ground. I'm so proud of her. But I'm just telling you, when you have systems around you that don't work, sometimes even the things that you yourself know is wrong, you will feel that you're pressured to do. So let's plan better so we can have a better life. Yes.
Hallelujah. Great. So all of you that are asking, how do you balance assistance and friendship and family and helping people and all that? Your questions have been answered and well answered. Good. The next one will be to speak to... Okay, now let me just quickly make this clear. She's not going to be speaking to where you should invest. Okay? What you should invest on and all that.
You have to do your own research.
She's not going to be speaking to that. I've seen so many questions on that. That what should I invest in? What and so don't
let me tell you the rules. Always do your own homework yourself. 2, do not invest in things you don't understand. If you don't understand it, look for professionals that do. And it's not everybody that says they're a professional in a sector that understand what they're doing. No. Many people teach you about cryptocurrency and all of that. You have to be sophisticated enough and you must have the threshold for the losses. Yeah, high returns, high risk. So the 60-year-old, 50-year-old, you are not doing crypto because mostly you don't understand it. 2, is very high return if you get it right, but it can be superbly high risk too if you do the wrong thing. Even from trying to get into your crypto account, if you press the wrong button, or your entire stock can disappear. You understand that? Yeah, I used to serve on the board of Binance, so I know what I'm talking about. So guys, think. Don't invest in things you cannot understand.
If this message blessed you, subscribe, like, share, and comment on Manifest Grace TV.